Hello, hello. Check, check, check.
Check. Okay, we request everyone please maintain silence and all your mobile phones on silent mode as we are about to start the event in the next few minutes. Thank you. Okay, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everyone. Okay, that's not the good morning that I'm expecting from everyone. A little loud and wide. Yeah, okay, this is sleepy good morning. We want a very good morning. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, a hearty welcome to the inaugural ceremony of the 30-hour Police Hackathon. Yes, being organized by Karnataka State Police and powered by technology partners Intel and Microsoft, and academia partner Triple IT Bangalore. So yes, today we all have gathered here to revolutionize the policing landscape and foster innovation in the system using modern day technologies like data science, AI, and ML. And yes, with that, we are also expecting something really special that we are expecting from our participants. A deck to pitch your solution, demo to showcase base functionality, refine your code and enhance it based on live feedback from industry leaders, a working and scalable prototype. Okay, so yes, now ladies and gentlemen, moving on further to start the event. For the prayer, I'd like to invite Team Police from Computer Wing to please join us on stage. Yeah, can we have anybody from Team Police Wing to join us? Please join us on stage for the prayers.
पाहि पाहि गजानन पार्वतीपुत्र गजानन पाहि पाहि गजानन पार्वतीपुत्र गजानन शोकनिवारक गजानन पार्वतीनन्दन गजानन ತಂದುನ ಇರಿಸಿರುವೆ ಕಡಲ ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಮೋದಕ ಬಂದು ನೀ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸೋ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸೋ ವಿನಾಯಕ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, now to start the welcome speech, I'd like to invite Miss Vartika Katayar, IPS SP SCRB, to please join us on stage.
On behalf of Police Computer Wing of Karnataka State Police, I welcome Shri P.S. Sandhu sir, DGP CID Bangalore for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion as chief guest. So now I request Mr. Dharmendra Meena, Director FSL, to kindly come up on stage and welcome sir with a planter. I welcome Professor Debrat Das, Director IIITB, for gracing this occasion. I now request Mr. Santosh Babu, SP Intelligence, to kindly come up on stage and welcome sir with a planter. I also extend my welcome to Ms. Irina Ghosh, General Manager, Microsoft. I request Mr. Siddharaju to come up on the stage. I welcome Sri Sumendu Mukherjee sir, under whose leadership this has been possible. I now request Mr. Om Prakash, Inspector SCRB, to kindly come up on the stage and give a planter. Again, on behalf of Police Computer Wing of the Karnataka State Police, I welcome all the participants and wish them all the best for this hackathon. Similarly, I welcome all the mentors, jury members, and organizers for this hackathon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, as we start with the introduction of hackathon, I'd like to invite Shri Somendu Mukherjee, IPS ADGP PCW, sir, to please walk forward and talk a few words about hackathon, sir. Thank you.
DGP CID Sri P.S. Sandhu, Director IIIT Bangalore, and our host, Professor Debabrata Das, CEO Microsoft, and our technology partner, Ms. Irina Ghosh, faculty and staff of IIITB, technology mentors, members of jury, Mr. Samkit and his team from Hack2Skill, other dignitaries, colleagues, and dear participants. A very good morning to all of you. Today we are here to inaugurate the second version of Police Hackathon for Karnataka State Police. The first one had happened in 2019. This is one of the most unique and awaited initiative, which will go a long way to not only find solutions for different policing problems, but will certainly give the right platform to all our budding youngsters who are here to participate and prove their caliber. As we all know, the importance of hackathon has been well established in last 2-3 decades. And even our Honorable Prime Minister has emphasized on organizing hackathons for solving policing problems in 2021 Chief of Police Conference. So here we are having our second hackathon for Karnataka State Police. Sir, for this hackathon, we have asked our participants to solve 5 policing problems for us. So these 5 policing problems are: number one is unified data verification. I hope you people already had a mentor's session and you are well aware what you are expected to do. You may not be having domain knowledge, so I would urge that if you have any doubt, please feel free to reach out to the domain experts, the mentors, and take clarification whenever you want. Because otherwise, if you plan it without having the domain knowledge of what is expected of the solution of the problem statement that has been given, it may be a wasted effort. We don't want that. So please make use of the different mentors. For unified data verification, we have Vartika Katiyar, Superintendent of Police, SCRB. Here we want the participants to give us a solution to unify different databases which are there in silos. And this could be police database or other open source database. So they should be able to call out and talk to each other and call out the important details for us. Second problem statement is solution for crowdsourcing of records. Here again, with the advent of social media, the open source intelligence is everything is available on the net practically. So we want our participants to give us a solution where crowdsourced information are pulled from different platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Truecaller, Paytm, Twitter, UPI. There are many others, and give us a unified culled document from all these different platforms which is available when we ask for, which is linked to a particular mobile number or email ID or these different parameters. Third problem statement is AI-based face recognition. Now, face recognition is very much in thing today, and we all know that the technology is quite matured by now. Here we want to use this technology to get matches again from mostly open source different platforms. If I have to search for a person or a photograph, it could be a missing person, it could be any person of interest for whatever reason. So it should be, your solution should be able to call out information from all the different platforms and give us uh, in the form of an MIS or a report and output about everything about that particular person or person of interest which is available on the net. The fourth one is bank account analysis. We all know that economic offenses, money laundering, that is one of the most common form of offense which is being perpetrated by white collar criminals. Now, in economic offenses, one of the biggest challenge is that the money after being lost gets layered to different bank accounts. And when we pull the details from different banks, these banks, they provide us the details in different formats. So we need a solution where you can find out details from all the different formats in which different banks and non-banking financial institutions provide details, unified it. So if there are 10 columns in one format, and if there are 20 in another, there should be proper mapping, and a proper debit and credit account should be made available in the form of an MIS report, so that we don't have to go through hundreds of bank statements for each one of these banks. So that is the fourth problem statement that we have given to them. Here, Santosh Babu is going to be the mentor for AI-based face detection. Again, Santosh Babu, and for solution for crowdsourcing of records, Anuchet is the mentor from domain mentor from police side, and of course there are technology mentors and technology partners. Then for fifth one is fraud app detection. Now, fraud app detection is here we expect them to, this fraud apps which are either for betting or for offering loans. They are very much there on the net. They are, some of them, most of them are on Play Store, some of them are not. So these different apps, once they come onto the Play Store or accessible, then gullible citizens, they go, they click there, and they think that they are actually applying for loan, which they will be getting, or sometimes it is betting. So, but then by the time they realize, they must have lost huge amount of money. So this is one of the scamming here. So this kind of apps, the moment it is hosted on a Play Store or it is made available for customers, you should be able, your solution should be able to detect and red flag to us, so that we can take action to take it out or take initiate legal action against them. So these are the five. Problem statements. For the fifth problem statement, Dharmendra, Director FSL, is going to be the mentor. So this particular hackathon, we had our response from the participant was overwhelming. We got 14,225 registrations, and it was really overwhelming. Out of which there were 3,239 responses from startups and professionals. 10,986 were from student developers. And if we see region-wise also, there were 9,900 from Karnataka and more than 4,324 from outside Karnataka, different parts of the country. And out of these 14,225, 1,079 were from IITs, NITs, and IIITs. If we see problem statement wise, then AI-based face detection, that received maximum registration, 2,767. And crowdsourcing of records is the least with 1,301. I think because of larger syllabus, the amount of work. So, but nevertheless, from this huge number of registrations, a team of experts, they selected and identified the ones who are having real potential, and their proposals were quite promising. So finally, we have 166 of them only out of 14,225 distributed in 50 teams. So 10 teams for each problem statement. So that itself is an achievement. I congratulate all of you for being shortlisted and being here. And I wish you luck. And I hope that whatever you achieve after 30 hours of hackathon here would be really useful for us and for your bright future. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much for motivating everyone. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, as an Indian culture, before we begin with any of the events, firstly we had the prayer. Next, now we'd like to start with the lighting of the lamp. I request all our dignitaries to please walk forward and do the lighting of the lamp. Thank you. Thanks to all our dignitaries. So now, ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to take the honor to invite our very own chief guest, Shri P.S. Sandhu, IPS, CID. Sir, to please walk forward and do the inaugural address about our official event.
Ms. Ghosh, Professor Das, and my colleague Somendu. And of course, my young friends all here, anxious to begin the hackathon. Have you noticed one thing here? I'm the odd man out. We have three brainy Bengalis on the stage. I know Somendu for the last more than 25 years. He's wearing a lot of hats. Yesterday, he was chairing a meeting on the upcoming air show, and he was giving the Air Force a very hard time. I thought. So, with three intellectual Bengalis sitting next to me, I don't have much to contribute. But I must say, with 14,225 numbers participating and such a many minuscule number selected for this 30-hour hackathon, I'm sure you're the best of the best. So, my young friends, we expect a lot from you. And you being the techies or the technical experts, we belonging to the older generation, we expect you to deliver near miracles. Because technology today has got so many facets and features, at times you start wondering whether it is a magic or is it reality. So we look forward to this unique number two hackathon, the police hackathon, and I'm sure you'll come up with amazing solutions. Uh, the five problems which have been problem statements which have been given to you, the unified data verification. We have a lot of issues here because the kind of information the police department collects is is enormous. I mean, I would say if we were to sift through the information, probably we'll get much more detection of crime than we actually do because of the fact that the data is so much and we are unable to sift through it. Solution for crowdsourcing of records. Yes, these platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, if they all can come onto a common platform and help us get information, I'm sure we'll be able to solve a lot more crimes. The AI face detection solution which we are looking for to integrate with the live databases of the social media platforms for detection of all kind of individuals, missing, children, terrorists, suspects, or what have you. In fact, before the advent of technology to this level, I remember I had just joined the police when the Punjab militancy problem was at its peak, and we never had this AI face detection system. So we used to park. I mean, we were under training then, and we used to see the Punjab police do it. We used to park tinted vehicles in prominent locations, marketplaces, bridges, etc., etc. And we used to have a cat sitting in the vehicle. Cat was a police informer, a former militant who had turned a police informer, and he used to be in a burqa for his own safety, so that he's not recognized by a potential terrorist who's out in the crowd. And with our wireless and walkie-talkie set teams all around, he used to sift through the crowd and inform us which individual wearing what attire, whether he is a sympathizer, OGW, or a militant. That's how we used to identify them and pick them up. I think technology has come a long way in making the police's task much, much easier. So we need to go forward on this also. This is very, very important. Because as you know, every day there are new challenges to the nation, mostly technologically. And you young brains are the ones who are going to ensure that we overcome these challenges successfully. Bank account analysis, which was mentioned by Somendu, we've had a lot of Chinese apps floating around these days, and more so during the time of COVID and post-COVID, where these Chinese apps were put on your Play stores. Loans were given as meager as 5,000 rupees, where the interest and the principal after being the interest and the processing fee after deduction from that 5,000, the disbursement was not more than 2,500. So basically 50% of the loan asked for went in processing and interest. Very high rate of interest. For a period of between 7 to 10 days, the person or the individual or the company giving the loan used to send a program which had to be downloaded on your phone, which basically was something like any desk which took over your phone and all your contacts and everything. And if you delayed paying the individual or the company even by a day, they would morph your photos, XYZ, and send them to all your contacts, basically humiliating you to such an extent that we had two young ladies coming to us contemplating suicide when we initially found out about this. And when we went hammer and tongs after these Chinese, we arrested a few Chinese in Bangalore. We seized about 1,100 laptops and about 400 mobile phones. About 256 crores of rupees were seized along with the enforcement directorate. We found that the servers were in China and money was being siphoned off through Hong Kong. I'm told initially over 10,000 crores had gone. So we did manage to control it to a great extent. Soon thereafter, another uh, such fraud was detected where they were collecting loans from the people and were giving interest on an hourly basis, few paisa for every hour. The gullible people paid the principal amount, and that was the last they saw of their money. There was no return of principal or interest. Again, this was a Chinese scam. The unfortunate issue was that they were piggybacking on NBFCs. And unlike the banks, the NBFCs were not very, very well monitored by the RBI. So after this second scam, we insisted on the RBI taking up more aggressive stand towards the NBFCs. And thankfully, the NBFCs have now come under the radar of the RBI, and they are also going to be monitored in a much more stricter way. As mentioned by my colleague Somendu, it is very, very important that all these apps, before they come on in the public domain, should be authenticated and verified by an agency which will certify them worthy of being put in the public domain. We have been requesting the MHA, the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, on our regular meetings, that we need a multifaceted body which would include the banks, technocrats, and other specialists who would analyze every such program coming on to the public domain, certifying it safe for the public before it is circulated amongst the public, just to ensure that the public doesn't get cheated as it had been or is being currently. So I would say this fraud app detection is a very, very important sort of task which has been given to you. And I'm sure that you will come up with something viable which will make detection of such fraudulent apps much, much easier and prevent they coming onto the public domain. Bank account analysis is also very important. As Somendu mentioned, there are a lot of illegal sources of money. You have cryptocurrency. Today, narco terrorism has joined hands with cryptocurrency. We're finding a lot of cases where the payment of drugs and weapons, which is being used against our nation, are being paid for in cryptocurrency. You must be finding that, you must have read in the papers, a large amount of drugs is coming through drones. The payload of 25 kilos in Punjab. Recently, the BSF yesterday also shot down a drone. And basically, the payload of the drone is heroin, explosives, weapons, and ammunition. So you have drugs also, and you have weapons and explosives also. Detecting a drone is not easy because the sound signature is very, very faint. And with technology progressing, the I would say the sound which the drone makes become virtually impossible to detect if it is flying at about 300 meters and above. It is only a sharp eared individual who can hear the sound of drone, and we've had all these drones being shot down. So this shows that there is no radar currently available which can detect a drone. And originally or initially, when the drones used to come, they used to take the same flight path back. So it was easy to ambush a drone on its way back after dropping the payload. Now they got smarter and they take a different route back. So the entire border has to be alerted when you hear about a drone. You don't know which route it will take to go back. So that is one area where the government is also working on to find out and access the flight path of the drone so that you can get a better hit in terms of detecting and dropping the drone. The newspapers carries frequent reports of drug seizures in thousands of kilos in the high seas, very close to our coast in Gujarat, Maharashtra, and elsewhere. Again, as I mentioned, thousands of kilos of heroin. You just can't pay in bags and bags of currency. And you cannot have a bank to bank transaction for payment of such high value drugs. It has to be the cryptocurrency in use. So we have a lot of problems. Technology has thrown up all these problems, but I'm sure you youngsters here would find solutions to all our problems and help us make not only Karnataka but the entire country a safer place. But this, as you say, technology is, it's not a one-time solution. It is a evolving uh, problem and evolving solution. So we need to be on top of the problem day in and day out to ensure that we get the better of them. Them I hear, I mean people who are inimical to our nation. So I wish all the best of the best who have been selected for the 30-hour hackathon to find the best solutions, and may the best team win the prize, the grand prize, and get us some good answers to our pressing problems. With these not so few words, I thank you for your indulgence. I wish you all the very best once again. Jai Hind and Jai Karnataka. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite our guest of honor, Professor Debabrata Das, Director, IIIT, to please join us on stage. Yes, sir. We request you to please talk a few words about Hackathon.
Thank you, and good morning, and warm welcome to all to this Police Hackathon second edition. And my special and respected welcome to Reverend Director General of Police of CID of the Karnataka State, Mr. P.S. Sandhu, who is in the campus. So before I go to the next, let me tell you one of the good thing he said to me, for particularly for our students and who are coming to the campus. He had breakfast with me. He said your canteen food is the one of the best I have ever taken in across the campus. So hopefully our students are listening. So that is the thing, a certificate from him on that line. So now I want my best one of the uh, big thanks to Mr. Shomendu Mukherjee, who is the additional DG of the intelligence and the computer wing of Karnataka Government Police Department. Thank you for hosting this in our campus and coming here. And also to the Ms. Ghosh, CEO Microsoft, for coming and this campus. And also I want to thank Mr. Shantos, who has been worked with me before from the police department in Police Commissioner Office, and Madam Vatika Katiar. I hope she had a little bit of sleeping time for last 2-3 days, working round the clock to making this one grand and success. And all the thanks to the police department of the computer wing and other wings who have been in touch with us and working. And also to IIITB office, our registrar, Commander Sridhar, and also the Chief Administrative Officer, Mr. Patil, and his team. And welcome to all the participants. Out of the 14,166 who have been shortlisted, grand welcome to you all, and congratulations to participating in this. So I have been given only 3 minutes. Out of that, 1 minute is gone. Next 2 minutes I will speak about quickly. I will not take much time because Mr. Shomendu Mukherjee has simplified my talk, because he has already explained those 5 problems, and very nice. Out of those 5 problems, he also elaborated which areas it has been focusing. And these 5 problems are very nicely being written down in the boards, and also your mentors will explain. But let me simplify it very quickly, that what it means. It is a game. It is a serious game. It is like a game, this hackathon, between police and thief. Okay, and you are the part of the police, and you know what are the challenges, and in outside. And previously, the police and thief game was physical. Police used to run, catch the thief physically, and bring back, and all kind of things. And we used to be part of it. The police ke saath hum bhi daudte the chor pakadne. So like that, it was the game. But now it is no more there, and it has reduced a lot. This game is now, it's mental and intellectual. Extremely mental. You have to be very tough mentally. It is in game. It's not an easy game. It is and a deep intellectual thought process, logic, and algorithm is there. Because I have been sitting in the Ministry of Judiciary, Home, and also the Ministry of Finance, and I can see that amount of challenges across in technology in this kind of things. And particularly this challenge of this mental and the intellectual is in the cyber world in all respect. In this game between the intelligent police and the department and other side thief, And as the technology is changing in between extremely fast, starting from your hardware threats are there, which was not there previously. Now side channel attacks and all kind of hardware attacks are there now. And your operating systems attacks are there, your hypervisor attacks are there, your applications, which Mr. Sandhu talked about and so nicely explained how much money he has saved for this poor of all kind of citizens and all. So these kind of, name it, a series of things are there. So as the technology is changing fast, and young minds, because you are in the very much in the fresh in the courseworks and the research, maybe in the problems. So this your role is very important to play along with us to protect this the citizens of any country, on particularly India. So this hackathon is mainly aimed for that. So for that only I said that it is a serious game, and there is a huge mathematical model called game theories and AI, ML, and deep learnings and all those things you have know. So you'll be using that on this next today to tomorrow 30 hours. Solution can be proactive or maybe reactive. If an attack has happened, something has gone already, then we reactive way find out the solutions and help, but that has to be also proactive. Proactive means attackers cannot come in to the system. So these are the two things I will tell you, and leave you here in a lot of deep thought process to you, that please get ready for next 30 hours with your highly mentally strong and highly intellectual output for this hackathon, because these 5 problems are extremely challenging, and it has a deep data science is part is there, but other applied to the data science will be most probably look after by the jury. And thank you again for coming to this campus.
Thank you so much, sir. So now I'd like to invite our next guest of honor, Miss Irina Ghosh, GM from Microsoft. Yes, ma'am, all yours.
Hello, and a very good morning, everybody. I think, first of all, a very, very big round of applause to all of you sitting here for having made it through towards the last 200 participants who are truly going to make a difference. We are really looking up to you for your innovative solutions and everything that you will be doing to make a difference and create solutions for all of us. As you think about Karnataka, firstly, Karnataka, for the very rightful reasons, is called the Silicon Capital of India. Within that, the government has really innovated on solutions which have been replicated by governments across various states because the pioneering work was done here. And my heartfelt thanks to everything that the Karnataka State Police has been doing over many years for the significant partnership between what is being driven by technology and what is being driven by the police towards ensuring one thing, which is ensuring that we sleep peacefully and safely in the night. I remember when I was a child, my grandfather had taken me to a congregation where I was meeting a lot of police department officials. And the one thing he told me was that we sleep safely in the night because these are the people who make it happen. With that, there's an immense sense of gratitude for everything that is brought across by all of you. Now, the digital revolution which is being spurred across in India is happening because it's not just technology for the sake of technology. It's because it's being made inclusive for every kind of citizen services. Mr. Sandhu talked about how gullible people who do not know things can fall a prey to things, right? Now, how can it be made inclusive towards ensuring that you're touching the last mile? You would have heard of technologies which are just coming in, which is the metaverse. It's not the future. Metaverse can really make things happen for any kind of a onboarding, any kind of a training, where you realize how you can see patterns in a 3D world of avatars of you and I, and see as to how to make it real. How many of you here have heard of ChatGPT? I'm expecting everybody out here. Great. Now, how many of you have experimented with what it can do for you? Wonderful. So now think about what ChatGPT can do towards automating things across in what is happening in the Karnataka State Police, creating records, very accurate records of data which is being fed into it in a matter of seconds, not even a minute, which might have taken longer periods of time because it's getting the relevant knowledge and it has the ability to generate it, right? Think of another scenario when you're feeding in a lot of data of whatever is happening on the internet, and you're able to see patterns and you're able to predict what can happen in a crime led scenario, right? So there are various scenarios in which chat gpt can be coming across into play. As I end, I would just like all of you to remember that it's first to do with your creativity and what you can do to solve a real life problem. Then comes the technology, which can back it up. And then comes your own learning at all points of time to be in the cutting edge of the next level of technology. Are you bringing it in? So we are in it together, and we really expect a lot from all of you towards keeping our state, our country safer for everybody in the future. So, wishing you all the very best. Onwards and upwards. Good luck.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind motivation. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Ms. Vartika Katiyar, SCRB, to present the dignitaries with a memento. And we have you on stage, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause, please? Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, can we have everyone's attention now? So yes, about the upcoming agenda, here is a word of thanks to each and every one of you. Details of the 30-hour timeline. The event kicks off post this ceremony. The first checkpoint would be 4:30 p.m. when the mentors walk around and give you their feedback. There would be a workshop at 2 a.m. in the midnight, and the second checkpoint would be at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Right before the final submission at 12:30 p.m., innovators, participants will have to make sure pace out their prototype development accordingly. The top teams will then be called to pitch the prototype to the esteemed jury. And the 30-hour innovation driven coding mayhem would finally come to an end around 5 p.m. with the results announcement. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause? And yes, the hackathon event is officially now open. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.